I'm live. Hello. Good Saturday evening. I'm TB from TS Coaching, and I think I'm live on Zoom and StreamYard. Yeah, right. I am. I wanted here. What? Yeah. Hello. I'm doing live today. I'm a little bit behind schedule. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I figured out I will do it now instead. And yeah, it's it is the best time, not the best day, but anyway, here I am. Hope you have had a good week. And today I want to talk about that you should take full responsibility of your life. What does that mean? And I'm reading this book that I mentioned before, Coaching Skills by Jenny Rogers. It's a really good book. It's really like a next step from the classic other coaching book that I read. I haven't read so much about coaching. I just practiced and learn it by doing, but it's fun to read about it also. So okay, about taking responsibility. It's mentioned here in one page about this guy Schutz. What's his first name? Will Schutz. He has done some personality questionnaire, FIRO B, but he has talked about choice, and choice is not, he says, is not a moral concept. It's only one which has consequences. So you have a choice. Everyone has a choice in all situations and all everything that happens to them, and you can change it to and happening for them. They have a choice about how they react and how they feel about it, and they have a choice when they take responsibility of their life. So take responsibility of your life, and you will have choice and be able to in a way live more freely. If you are bound by choice by what other want you, and you don't take responsibility, you are kind of you are actually a prisoner almost. It's okay. And yeah, if one example, like, firstly I want to talk about that, about responsibility. What is that? What is it actually, and what does it mean? My mentor actually told me about this responsibility, and that you need to take, and you can take full responsibility of your life in every moment. And when I heard this idea, like, there was so much resistance in me, and I just wanted to find out like a really good reason or some example where it's not correct or true that you cannot or shouldn't take full responsibility of your life in every moment. For example, like, because I felt such a burden and by the responsibility I already have. So should I take even more responsibility? It was so frightening, and just I felt exhausted. So it took a very long time until I started understanding and trusting and actually believing that it's a really good thing. But that's how often it is. Like, my mentor said it, I don't remember, like some couple of years ago, and my mentor, he has been a very good support for me. We have been meeting for 6 years, yeah, and been a really good support, and I have learned a lot from him. Like, and the thing that the situation where you just share your ideas and thoughts with another person that has a good mentor. In my case, which he has a really good experience and done a lot of things in his life, and I'm so amazed and thankful and grateful for having that opportunity to take part of that, and also to be mirrored and get responses of our interaction. But he talked about taking responsibility, and I felt like it took a very long time until I accepted that, and And no, I would say that taking full responsibility of your life and every moment and every choice, and for you as you are, and not like thinking of external things. You cannot take responsibility for that, and you cannot take responsibility for other people, like in about areas that you shouldn't take about responsibility for these feelings, about how they do, how they perform. It's their choice. So I think I had mixed that one up. I like took too much responsibility for others, and not focusing on myself and what I can take responsibility of, and that my feelings, thoughts, behaviors, choices in life, that's my responsibility. And everyone can and should take responsibility of their own life. So, but that's what I have done. Like I have taken, I believed until that point that you should also take responsibility of other people, people's feeling and how they want me to be, and that's not correct. That's wrong. So that's why it felt so uh, like a burden. But then I took back my responsibility for myself, and what I can do and I want to do, and started working on decreasing my responsibility for others, my belief of that I should take responsibility, because which was really ridiculous. So Schutz here in this book, Coaching Skills, stress that then when you accept the principle of choice, which doesn't involve blame either on yourself and others, you can take full responsibility. I see that so much today in society, when we blame each other and on external factors, and it also this victimizing. Oh, this has happened to me, and I'm like a victim, and it's society's fault, or this like some groups in political or other like that have other opinions and values than me. And that's also one problem. I think that our society has become so politicized. Everything is about politics, when it's often actually not. Like many people, I'm not, including me, I'm not so very interested in politics, and I don't really understand it. But why does everything has to be politicized? People will always have different opinions and values and a view of life, and that's very good for us and for society. If everyone would think the same, everyone would suffer, or everyone, because everyone aren't the same. But if they would think the same, then we will just have one set of rules that would benefit one certain group, and then many would suffer because they wouldn't get what they need. So when people have different opinions and really opposite view of lives, like conservatives, traditionals, and more progressive and liberal, that's actually good for us. And none of them are right or wrong. They are just different. So just different, because much of that is based on personality, and based on your personality, you're more to the left or more to the right. So that's like basically politics. Like it's not your you can also shift out during your lifetime from the one side to the other. It's just where you are at that point in your life. It's, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it, but so many things are political in our society today. So I think that's as much as I will talk about that shit. So yeah, you can make a choice about how you react to things, and act, and how life events happen for you, and if nothing is stressful unless I interpret it as stressful, and I can't be discriminated if I'm not valuing or interpret it as discriminating, and so forth. And that is actually a very relieving thought. You are released, you are free. Nothing can hurt you, nothing can hold you back. And you just accept that and choose who you want to be and how you want to live life. That doesn't mean that you need to stop fighting for the things that you want to change, but you can accept it and let it be, and let your life be, and let your choice, you make choices, and that will not make you angry, make you want to, because if you are attached to that, you will anyway do the same thing. If you're feeling discriminated, you will discriminate others, and if you're feeling stressed, you will just, and you don't want to accept it, you will just project it or transpose it to give it to someone else. So that's really how I see it. The people who are opposing most and just demonstrating and making a resistance, they are doing the same things that they have been treated, that they have chosen to be treated, like their reaction and view of it. So there's another way you can make the choice, you can take responsibility, and live your life in the direction you want, and don't get stuck on those old things or current events that happen for you or to you. So it has taken a very long time for me to understand that and accept that, but it's very relieving. It feels good. The burden, the stress, it's you have the possibility to choose and just don't attach to things, just let them be. Much more easier than if I'm hanging on to things are happening to me. Like, you can see the circle of influence. You are in the center, and you have the closest one, that area where you can actively choose and influence things, and then they have the other area where you can you cannot choose them, but you can influence them. And then the third area, biggest, or like outside the circle, is things that you cannot influence or cannot choose about how they are. So you just focus on the center, and you can expand it and work with it, but you don't focus on things that you cannot influence or cannot decide on. Don't focus on them, because that is not what you actually can influence and do anything about. So but you can do other things that can connect to that and will spill over to those things. But many people focus on things that they cannot influence or cannot control, and they will forever be like so frustrated and stressed and just don't be happy. And I see it often in media, people that focus on just the wrong things. And that's why also many people have stopped going on from certain movements, because it's just not what life should be about. They realize that. What is life? Life is to live with meaning in a valued direction. If you haven't read Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, you should, because if you read that, you can change your view of life. Because Viktor Frankl, he was a Jew, he was in Auschwitz and many other concentration camps in Auschwitz. He was pretty short time, but afterwards he went to, it was in Switzerland or Austria, somewhere there. He was in a concentration camp, and he lived in the worst conditions a man can live, and but he was stripped from all like external choices about himself, how he looked, what he weared, when he ate, what he did. But he realized, I still have a choice, and my choice is my attitude. I can always choose my attitude, and that is something that not anyone can take from me. So you can choose your attitude to your things. You cannot maybe change your life situation. You can accept it, but that doesn't mean that you don't want to change it. But you can always choose your attitude to your life events and your life situation. And Viktor Frankl, he survived with that belief that he can choose his attitude, and also that he had like visualizations of what he could, what he wanted to see in his future. Yeah, that was about it about that. And then I also read about this other model that talked about this. That's one very interesting thought about performance coaching. And in the book, she explains that performance coaching is really superficial and doesn't really give you the results you want, because it's more about behaviors, habits, like how fitting in a system. How can I do that? How should you fit in the system? Do these things, do this list, like to perform very well, high performance, and then you will succeed in this already made system. So like getting one person to fit in another kind of world view of many people and the system, that is not what coaching, really good coaching, is about, because coaching is about transformation. And if I want to help you perform well, I will need to make you, or I need to make you understand my worldview, and in order to make you understand how you can perform well. And that makes it more difficult, because like transformational coaching is about me, I'm going into your worldview and coaching you there, helping you forward from there. I'm not mixing in my own worldview to your worldview in order for you to perform well. So that's why performance coaching is not very that advanced. It's kind of basic and doesn't give you the results you want. And then there's like a 4-field model here, and she also explains in the book like differences, and how coaching is the same as, or as many other fields like consulting, therapy, and mentoring, and all the stuff, how they are the same and different. Like coaching is very much like therapy, she writes, but it's actually not, because it's therapy is also like a medical and from psychology and diagnosis, and that coaching, I really want, I'm not looking for in my coaching to coach people that are really feeling bad, feeling that they are like really stressed and really have a bad situation. I'm coaching people that are feeling well, want to get better. They have had some shifts in their situation, in their work or career, and they want to go like pretty quick to the next thing, and they want someone to reflect with, and they know that it's better. I don't want to do it on my own, because it's so difficult to understand yourself on your own. You need someone else, some other like group or environment. It doesn't have to be a coach, but those of you that want a objective professional coach, then I will happily help you. So that's really about what it is: getting better, getting from good to excellent. That is what I focus on. You don't need to be, it's much more difficult if you are feeling really bad and stressed and panicking and all that frustration. you can have it like from day to day, from like we all have it like that's completely normal. But it's like if you're on a 1 to 3 of 10 of life happiness, then you probably should in overall life happiness, like everything is really fucked up, then you probably need to do something else, or I'm not the coach for you, simply put. So yeah, about then when you have this 4 field of coaching, like that you are aware of what you're doing, it's about what's the purpose, like is this my own internal or is it external, and what's the goal. Is it about keeping the status quo to get in, to fit into a system, or is it about transformation, about change? And when you move inside those 4 fields, doesn't really matter what it's called, as long as you know what you're doing. So actually, you don't need to know if you're coaching, if you're mentoring, or whatever you are doing. It's just you are just moving freely inside that. So that's kind of very relieving also. You don't really need to think about what it's called, that what you're doing. You are just doing it. And coaching is about raising awareness and responsibility. So if you want to increase your awareness and increase your responsibility, take action, and gain confidence, more confidence in your life, coaching can be something for you. We all want and need that, but we can get it in so many ways. Some people like coaching and some people like something else, and the smart ones use many things to get to where they want. They just don't use one card, they use many cards to get where they want. So yeah, if you want to talk more about career coaching, about how I can help you with your future career life, you can talk with me. I have an offer or a discount on that still this month. Couple of spots available. But now I will spend the rest of my evening. So that was it for today. I hope you had a relaxing and pleasant moment. As you know, I'm not on. I'm happy outside camera, but funny, but not here. I'm more relaxed. Hope you didn't fall asleep. So that's a good fall to sleep. But that's how life is. Wish you a great rest of the week. Bye.